Hello guys, what is up? Today we're taking a look at Star Citizen, and this is going to be a guide slash tutorial slash walkthrough. Basically, I'm just going to show you guys how it works. I'm not going to put this up like a very structured guide with part 1 and 2 and 3. I'm just gonna show you guys while I'm just gonna basically walk you through it. So it might be a bit longer video, but I'm gonna try and be quick, and hopefully you'll learn how to play the game, because it's not so simple to play the game. And there's no tutorials yet. So when you start the game up, you'll see this is your menu screen: Universe, Star Marine, and Arena Commander. The MMO part, where you can go around in the world and see other people, is the Universe one. Star Marine is basically just jump into an FPS action. It does say here, so you know, but this is not like the MMO part. This is just on a map playing and killing others. This is basically the same, just that this is in ships, and you can also do races and stuff. But today we're going to focus on the Universe part. When you click this one, you'll have Crusader, Area 18, and Area View, and Self-Land. Area 18 is this area you see here. This is one of the main commercial ports, yada yada. And this is basically where you can buy weapons and stuff, and clothing, and healing med sticks. Is it? I think it's med sticks. Stuff like that. This one is basically just phased into a city. Obviously later you can land on it, but for now it's just like a port. But you want to go to Crusader. The other ones are hangars. This is where you can look at your ship and modify it, etc. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on where most people are, and that is Crusader. So when you jump in here, you can select region, you can cancel it, you can go there. So a lot of people would probably take this one, but I will always just take the best, because sometimes when I've tried EU, I can't even connect. I am in the EU obviously. So yeah, we're just gonna take the best, visit spaceport, and off we go. Now the loading screen might take some time for you. I'm pretty sure they haven't implemented this yet. This is patch 2.6.2. I think they're gonna implement the mega map in a later patch. Maybe before 3.0 or in 3.0, I don't know. It might have done it already, but I'm not noticing that big of a difference. Basically, when it's loading, right now it's a very crude and old system. With the mega map, it basically just loads faster. You can change game modes from Star Marine and Arena Commander a lot faster. But now it doesn't do that. I don't think they've implemented that into the live version yet. So we're just gonna be waiting here for the game to load. It doesn't take that long. I'm running the game on 2560 by 1440 resolution, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm recording it at 28K, 28,000 bits, and the graphics are on medium. So here we go. We start off in our bed, and we automatically just walk out. So now we've spawned in to Crusader, and this is kind of like our room. Walk farther here, the door automatically opens. This is now your room, pod 16. You can go back in here if you want. For some reason you cannot go into the other ones. So basically, when you open up this door, you'll spawn in either one of these. Just go straight forward. You want to get into the middle of the station. Just go down the first set of stairs you see, and you'll see this open area here. And this is basically what you can do at this point in 2.6.2. And she does tell you exactly what to do. So you press the screen. Here you get your ships. You can see what insurance you got. You can see how much balance you've got. And today we are going to be flying the Freelancer. So these are my ships. These are the ones I've bought. To be honest, I actually just bought the Freelancer upgrade, and I think I got a Hornet with that. I don't know why, but it's been in there since forever. So anyway, I'm going to take the Freelancer today. It's a big ship. So here we go, landing pad C08. So you can basically just take a look at where that would be by just looking around. So it's going to be in that direction. It was C08. All right, that means landing pad. So it's C, right? And so we look at C, strut C here, and landing pad 9 is going to be over here. So we are running the wrong way. We're going to be walking this way instead, I think. Yeah, as you can see here, landing pad 9 is over that way. 05 to 08 is the other way over here. So we got C08. So we're just gonna use this airlock because we're gonna go outside. This game is very realistic, by the way, so there's a lot of things here that, you know, you normally wouldn't see in any other games. We gotta use. So basically now we're cycling the air, depressurizing, and then we are outside. Also, forgot to mention that if you're wondering how to move around, it's basically just like any, you know, move around game. You press W to move forward, A to strafe, A and D, left and right, and then S to go backwards. Q and E doesn't do anything at this point. I think you lean, if I'm not mistaken, when you have a weapon. But here on this place you can't use a weapon. Use X to go prone, then X again to stand up, then control up and down to crouch. So there we go, we're just gonna go up here, up these stairs, and now we are outside. So this is Port Olisar. Pretty, on Crusader, pretty fucking huge. And here's my ship. Look at this baby, It's beautiful, isn't it? It is indeed beautiful. This is the standard Misk Freelancer. It's got some pretty heavy turrets here. It's also got one on top there. You can't see it, but it's got one there. So we're just gonna go up to the ship. Basically, none of the ships will tell you like open door here. It's not gonna say that on the door, but it's pretty easy to see. Okay, I guess that's the door. How do I? And it's just gonna tell you open. And you press F to open the door. Then again, you just press F to walk up these stairs. You saw it said, it did say open there when I clicked it, but it's basically used. It's just a bug. So you use these doors to get in. It automatically closes. And I want to get this ladder up, so I just press it on this one, close exterior. There we go. Right. So you can go back to the ship here, take a look. Here's the turret. You can also open these doors. This is pretty cool. This all depends on what ship you've got. It's the controls and stuff are pretty much the same for all Misk ships, but if you have another ship, it's basically going to be pretty much the same. You might not get this ship right away though. We got some bunk beds because this ship is a bit expensive. It is $110. So here you got four seats. We're basically just gonna look for the one that is the pilot seat. Well, it's pretty obvious here. You got the controls here. You're just gonna press F again, and automatically we are on it. So sit down. MISC. So now systems are on. You can see the thrust on these sides here are flipping out. That's probably just a bug, I guess. There's a lot of bugs in this game, but that's fine. Game works. So to look around like this, I just press Z, and yeah, I look around. We got some controls here, or some systems here. You got throttle, you got power priority, weapon shield thrust. You can't use this at the moment, so I'm not going to talk more about that. It's coming later on. In front here you got boost, thrust, and velocity. You also got DCPL, PRE, GSFE. You got these are flares, and so forth. So basically you don't have to think about too much of this. The first thing you just do when you sit in is just press space, hold space, launch sequence complete, and you launch off. So we're gonna press F4 now. Let's take a look at our ship here. Oh, I'm gonna press set again. So to raise the landing gear, I'm not sure if you can do that now, can I? Yeah, I just press N. You see the landing gear went up there? That means that I can now fly at a, you know, faster. So if you're wondering, if I take the landing gear down, you're wondering why your velocity is max 45. You just push that up and thrust goes. Oof, listen to that. That sounds good, eh? That sounds fucking good. So when I'm pressing V here, you can see some of them are going off. GSFE, I think it's G-safe, if I'm not mistaken. CSTB is calm stab, is it stab? Basically just want to keep these on. G-safe is gonna allow you to make better, quicker turning. It's basically gonna use the thrusters you see that are on. Say for example, you see this one in the middle right here, the one that's moving around, which is right above the door. That one is the thrusters that maneuver, the maneuver thrusters basically. So when I hold X, I can make quicker turns. But this is eventually gonna make me go way too dizzy, and I'm just gonna be like, oh god, I'm gonna see red, and I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't think it's possible with this ship. But I'm basically gonna faint because of the G-forces. It's just gonna, you know, just gonna annihilate me basically. So you shouldn't worry too much about this when you're in flying in here. If you're more interested in playing Arena Commander, I suggest you take a quick look on Reddit or just forums to get a better understanding of what these functions do. Basically, you just want to keep these on. Don't use the X too much. I wouldn't really recommend it at the beginning when you're a novice and you haven't played the game too much. So I suggest you just use it like this. Just have all this on, because decoupled is gonna let you. It's basically just gonna let you slide around and changing your direction, if I'm not mistaken, without turning that direction. Same with the CSTB is gonna. Oh god, what was it? It was. I think you can fly around without. No, I can't. I can't remember. I'll put a link to it. What it all does in the description. I found a great comment on that on Reddit, but I can't remember what it said. But either way, when you've gotten up into the air, you got your thrust and velocity here. If I press shift and forward, I use my afterburners. You can see AFB is blinking here. So it's just going to give me a slight nice boost. And when I'm at this velocity, I can just let go. I don't need to do anything. I'm now flying. And I don't have to push forward because this is like the max it reaches at the moment. If I press S, it's going to slow down. So we can have the throttle at max like this. But to get the velocity higher, we have to hold afterburners to get it up to say 410 or 480, right? This just depends on how quick you want to go. Oh, now we've out of the armistice zone, whatever it's called. So we can now use our weapons. Which is pretty cool. For some reason my flare button is the some button I have on my mouse. So I'm not sure what it is for you guys, but anyway, that's it for me. So yeah, you fly around. You can you pitch, you roll with the Q and E. That's change the direction or the, you know, the, I guess the roll or pitch of your spacecraft. And shift was the afterburner. And you just use the mouse to turn around like this. If you want to look around while flying, you can just press Z and you'll look around. To look outside the ship and this like third person view, just press F4 to get like another view of it. You can press F4 again and then Z, and you can like look at your ship while flying, which is pretty cool. Looks pretty goddamn good. There we can see my weapons firing. Looks pretty nice. So yeah, the last thing you should know is I guess using the quantum travel function. And I have to press set again, and just press B to bring this up. Then you just find a spot and you basically just click F. You can see here on the side it says how far it is, and it also says QF, which is quantum fuel, how much you're going to spend on it. So if you look at this one instead, this is not as far away, and you're just going to use 1. percent. Let's see, is there anyone that's very far off? No, I guess not. I guess this one is a bit far off. But we're gonna go to Yela. Yela. You just press F. And there you go. Looks pretty goddamn cool, I gotta say. Pretty good looking. There we go. We are now in Yela, which is an asteroid belt. So if you want to go, let's see here. If you want to go back, I wanted to get like a look at how it is. There's one last thing I want to say. Let's go to the ICC probe here. So there's one thing you can do when you are very far away from a lot of points to where you can use quantum travel. Once you see range there, this is how far it is. Right, this is Tessa.
Come in, wrap ship.
Yep.
Hi.
So this is a mission.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Second class junior cartographer Tessa
She's just gonna be
Bannister
talking a little bit.
I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see.
Yep. Interesting. Interesting.
Which, yes, means I can totally see you.
Yeah, and
Right.
as you can see now, my frames are dropping very heavily. If you're wondering why that happens, let's just see. Turn the audio down a little bit. If you're wondering why it's lagging like this, it's because it's got to do with the net code, and the reason for that is basically because the net code is broken. Basically, it's broken. So when you're playing the game and you're lagging, even though you have a high-end system, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. If you get like a stable 30 frames, that's good. If you get below that, you might look at your settings or something like that. But either way, don't be too worried if that's the case. They're going to fix that in 3.0 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. I was actually going to go even further away than this. Yes, okay, so we're going to go to this one. This is even further away. I'm just going to show you a thing if you end up really far away and you're having trouble getting back to where you want to be. I have a nice hint for you here. So you can see on the side here, here's the range. This is how far it is left. And this is how much quantum fuel we got left. So I got 86% left. So this is where the mission was, the one we're going to go to. We're going to turn around here. And now you're going to see that I could even get further away and it would be even harder. You see now it's kind of hard to pick the one you want to go to. I wanted to go Port All-Star. It was a bit easy now, but it can be even worse. They can be like totally stacked, so you almost don't... It's almost impossible to get there. Easy thing to do then is just roll to the side. That's pretty much it. In that case, it's a bit easier to select the one you want to select. But see, still I'm having issues selecting Crusader. So I'm actually gonna have to jump to Port All-Star to get there. Crusader. Also, if you're wondering how I zoom in, that's just the scroll wheel forward and scroll wheel back to do that. So yeah, I think that about does it. I think I've covered the basics of this game, which was like my goal. There we go. I guess I could end it off with landing back here. You do want to land your ship, you don't want to just crash. So you can see we're upside down. So when you come in here, oh, there's a Starfarer over there. So these are all players you're running. There's no NPCs flying around at this moment, except enemies, of course. So I want to land here. Where do I land? So I press N, and it basically shows me an arrow, right? Shows me where I can land. So, alright, so when we get too close, you can see this is where the people want me to land here. So, I'm just gonna slightly, this is a lot easier if you have a joystick, but I don't use that right now. Just slightly press the button and line yourself up. And don't use the throttle too much. Have the throttle at, like, I don't know, velocity 1 maybe? Then you might go a little bit forward there. You can of course use the F4 to get a better view of how things are. but you see this thing in the middle here. It's pretty easy to just guide yourself in by this. I'm gonna go a little bit forward, and then I'm just gonna touch down with control. This is control, is how we go down. And there we go. That was easy. I'll just hold F and I can walk out. There we go. Easy as pie, eh? We're gonna go out the back door actually. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you want to get the game, it's totally free. Right. You see, there's one issue by following this, by not using the F4 button. There's one issue. Don't exactly know where you will land in regards to where it is. So yeah, I could not use that door. That's fine. We're just gonna float off in here back again. You don't have to follow it, like, there's no repercussion if you don't follow it. You can just land wherever the fuck you want, but you do want to try and land in a proper spot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And also comment on what you want to see more of this game. If you want to see me play this game anymore, do some other things, some missions, etc. Just leave a comment down below. I will be playing this game a lot in the future. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and until then I will see you guys in the next one.